How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to my Dishong Tower Challenge series in 7 days to die. Let's just check the trees. Looks like they're at 300 health, so we'll wait on those a bit longer before we harvest these corn plants. We can harvest these right now as well. So yeah, we had the Horde night last night, obviously, and went pretty well. Not quite as smoothly as the first one because a lot more zombies. These are still growing by the looks of it. But did a lot of repairs downstairs, made sure all the breaches were repaired, and repaired the, these are still growing as well. Repaired the ramp, all that stuff. So we're still waiting on some of these crops and expanding the garden a little bit further. I'm going to make some more corn plants here in a second. And overnight, I also basically multiplied my clay because I am having to create quite a lot more of the forest ground to plant new crops into. But the garden's really coming along here, and I know I spend a lot of time on this garden, but this is basically going to keep me alive. So it's pretty important in between the 30-day loot respawn cycle in this challenge to have a garden, otherwise you just wouldn't survive. Okay, we're just about ready to head off and clear the zombies from the building yet again. It's become pretty much a daily routine here in Dishong Tower is clearing the building, getting some XP from zombies that respawn, hoping to get lucky and get a loot bag. They are pretty rare though, but it's pretty much the only loot we can get right now until respawn happens in, 15 days. We'll get our first loot respawn. Let's just check. I don't think there's any zombies. Usually if there's no zombies in the first couple of rooms, I just assume the rest of the floor is clear as well, because the back part of the building is where my land claim block is, and they usually don't, well, they shouldn't spawn there theoretically. Which is on the other side from the entrance from the stairwell, if you get what I mean. Let's check here as well. I don't think there's any zombies. They're usually standing around in this area if they've spawned in. We'll just double check though. I don't think there's any back there. Usually the noise will attract them straight away if they're nearby. Nothing there. I don't think there's anything through that way. We didn't actually break through there because I might have gone around the other side and checked that spot for loot. These first couple of rooms are clear, so that probably means the rest of the floor is as well. Whoops. I just broke some glass there. It's all good though. Just check this, see if there's anything interesting. It's pretty much always the same sort of stuff. It does change a little bit in terms of which canned food and bottled drinks you get, but it's usually the same sort of stuff. Nothing super exciting. It would be nice if there was a rare chance of some of the super rare drinks that you can get. Or even some of the elixirs and stuff. A very rare chance of those spawning in there. Even if they were expensive, I think it would just add to the vending machines if they had something like that. They did change the contents of the vending machines. Like a few patches ago, they used to have raw meat in them as well, which would have been even better for me in this challenge. But they actually changed that to being all canned goods, I guess, for the realism factor. Canned goods and bottled goods. I mean, you wouldn't buy raw meat out of a vending machine in real life, would you? It'd be pretty dodgy. Definitely no zombies on this floor. Yeah, it's pretty quiet today. I have noticed that sometimes the zombies... Oh, there's a zombie right there. Nice! Our first customer of the day, Zombie Yo. So there's probably more zombies back here. Let's just check the bathroom areas. Here we go. Darlings. Oops. Got a fair bit of stamina in reserve, but my regen is really, really slow once I run out still, because I haven't been able to put any skill points into those sort of combat-based abilities yet, because it's mostly been the survival abilities, obviously, I needed to focus on, like the slow metabolism and stuff like that. It really changes your priorities doing this challenge. No zombies up there. Let's look through here as well. Don't think there's any that I can see down there in the gym. Okay, I might just harvest a few resources while I'm up here, because there's still some stuff like these. I just have to be careful not to stand on a landmine. We'll get some wood out off these. Alright, got a few resources there. Now that I have my own trees, like harvesting wood is not a huge issue, but just a little bit extra here and there is always going to help. Oh, we definitely have zombies back here. I nearly went nose to nose with that zombie having a look around that corner. Okay, at least these guys are normies. The ferals are the real problem ones. There we go. I think they're all done, which is good because I ran out of stamina with that last swing pretty much. I got another guy here. So probably probably the whole floor just about is got zombies. Except for the back corner where my land claim is. Just take a drink. I'm actually pretty good for hydration, but I brought some of these blueberries with me. They're really, really useless for fullness, but I guess they're better than nothing. It's not like I'm in desperate need of food right now, because I do have quite a lot of potatoes stored up that I could cook for baked potatoes, and baked potatoes are sort of okay as a food source. Way better than blueberries, but I got so many blueberries that I don't really need, that I just thought I'd bring those along and just chow them down. Take care of these zombies as well. I don't know if we're going to get any back here. Just be careful that I don't drop on my head or jump out from behind the corners and stuff like that. Because they do like spawning up on the air conditioning vents in this room here. I don't think there's any up there. It's when they're laying down up there sleeping that you don't see them, and then they drop down behind you and like they can sandwich you. None there. Let's check this back area here as well. The more zombies, the better though. As long as we don't get killed, obviously. But we need the XP for a whole... Oh, God. Oh, man. They're always... When they're in a room like that, there's always one hiding in the corner as you walk through the door, like... just next to the door. Fortunately, no ferals so far though, which is excellent. I think you do get just a little bit of extra XP from the feral, but not that much extra. I'd rather have 2 normies than a feral. These are a really good zombie model, these ones. I really like the construction worker zombie look. They're pretty well designed. They did a good job with these guys. I don't know, they seem to be tougher than normal for some reason today. They've taken a few hits to the face. Okay, we got more in here. I can hear some sleepers as well. I just have to be careful we don't get multiple ferals, because that's what got me in that situation a few days ago where I nearly got killed. It's pretty much as close as you can get to dying. We got another guy here. I was down to 1 health. That was pretty crazy. I still can't believe I survived that. I was just whiffing my my shots at the ferals. Got there in the end though. Fortunately, oh god, there was one behind me. How did I miss you? He must have been in a corner over there. He must have been asleep and then he woke up or something. I don't know. Oh well, it's all good. Oops. Okay, they're done. I can hear some more sleepers up top here. See if we can do a stealth shot. Did he? Oh, I thought he was gonna die from a fall, but he just fell over. They get to about 50% health, and then they do like a falling over thing that they do. Then they get back up, and then when they fall down the second time, they're dead. These. Some of the zombies have different like animations. Level 35 with 4 skill points up my sleeve. Any back here? Doesn't look like it. I don't think they spawned down there in that little room. But yeah, well, most of the floor had zombies, to be fair. There was just a very limited section where there was no zombies. So that was pretty decent chunk of XP there. But we're going to check the rest of the building as well, just work our way down. There's not really a lot to do in between gardening at this point. Unless I went through and like just harvested everything, but it's kind of boring to do that. We might need to do that eventually if we need specific resources for certain things, but I'm not just going to continually do that. So the idea is basically to be killing zombies, clearing the building, killing zombies, working on the garden, getting that up to a point where we've got enough crops where we can self-sustain comfortably with food. Drink is not an issue because we've got all that pool water that we can drink. Delicious pool water. Pretty sure chlorine would kill any germs, wouldn't it? That's the whole idea of chlorine. It's probably poisonous as well to humans though. What is it? Iodine that they use for purifying water? I'm pretty sure. Having done a fair bit of camping in my time where you have to like purify water and stuff, I'm fairly sure there's a few different methods you can use. Obviously you can boil water. But if you can't light a fire or whatever, for whatever reason, you can use iodine, I think it is. It tastes pretty gross, but it does kill a lot of germs that would be problematic. And you can also use a filter. A filter's sort of okay as well, but not 100%. Not always 100% safe. Even boiling water doesn't always kill certain things that can be harmful, believe it or not. Some people think it does, but it doesn't. It kills almost everything, but there are certain things you can get from certain types of water sources that boiling will not kill. There's a particular spot in Hawaii that I went to one time, and you walk in there for like 3 days. You have to bring water in to survive the trip. Sometimes they're behind the sandbags here, but doesn't look like there's any zombies here today. I should get rid of that. That's going to give me away as soon as I walk over that. But yeah, there's that spot in Hawaii. There's a disease you can get from the water, even if you boil it. So it's a small chance of getting it. So I just avoided drinking it altogether. Well, no zombies out the front door. No more zombies down here in the lobby. Just making sure this is all 100% repaired here. But yeah, we've pretty much cleared the building today, unless they respawn later this evening, but that's pretty much it. So we might head back up to the rooftop and check on our crops, see if there's any that we can harvest in our trees. Okay, now I was taking a look at the Gyrocopter and what parts that we need, and I was thinking of making a special chest to put all of the materials in, so we make sure we're reserving this stuff for the Gyrocopter as our priority, and then if we get any extras of these things, we can like use those for other things. So 25 duct tape. We've got 10 right now. We've got some of this forged steel as well, which we're going to need. Just get organized here. So I'm going to put all of this into a special dedicated chest so that we're reserving all of these materials for the Gyrocopter. We're obviously miles and miles away from having everything that we need, particularly for some of the automotive parts like the engine, batteries and stuff like that. But for the time being, all of the easy stuff we can and the stuff that we've already found, like the single headlight, we can put in a dedicated chest so we don't accidentally use it up. I can make more glue, with which I can make more duct tape with bones, I believe. I think it's bones and murky water makes glue. Let's see, anything else here? Alright, so I was thinking of putting this chest in one of these little alcove things. Maybe like right here. And all of these materials, let's get them organized in here. So I've got our lead pipes, electrical, mechanical parts. Duct tape, we can craft some more of that up. So we've got some glue happening. Just make that into duct tape. Duct tape is always useful for crafting other items and modifications and stuff for weapons and tools. So if we get some extra duct tape, it's not going to be the worst problem to have. So there's our 25 that we need for the Gyrocopter. Alright, we've got this chest pretty much organized. This is all the stuff right now that we've got that we can use for the Gyrocopter parts. And we're going to add to this as we find items. So we still need like an engine, a battery, a lot more headlights, stuff like that. And we might just check in our garden now and see if we can't expand a little bit more. I'm going to be multiplying my clay as well. Okay, we can harvest these cotton plants right here. Coffee plants ready to go. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna have a coffee shortage anytime soon. These are still growing. Alright, so, I thought I would spend some of my skill points here. We're going to actually, take out a point in intellect because, with my nerdy glasses that I've got on right now, that's also going to give me an extra level of quality for items that I craft. And I'm going to make myself a fresh set of my basics, like the stone hatchet that I use all the time, the shovel, and a reinforced club. So we're going to have level 5 quality upgrade I just need to swap over these dyes and things like that to the new items and scrap the old junky ones. So yeah, I'm using a stone shovel because it doesn't need to be a super great shovel for basically digging up the dirt all the time like I do to try and get more clay. And the stone hatchet is just so cheap to repair that even though it's a little bit slower obviously than a fire axe or something, I don't have to use my precious forged iron and forged steel to repair. I just need a single rock and it's fully repaired, so that's why I'm probably gonna even hang on to the stone axe even when we could craft an iron one or whatever. Alright, welcome to day 16 guys, and yeah, we have basically spent a little bit of time here expanding the garden further. It's looking pretty good. We got a good row of potatoes happening there, a few more corn plants, stuff like that. Let's take a look here. I've been feeding a bit of clay and iron and stone into the forge to try and get that, you know, in reserve so we can craft stuff with that eventually. Like, eventually we're going to have to make a lot of cement probably to upgrade the materials of our, you know, our Horde Night ramp and stuff. I've been eating a lot of these blueberries as well. They're really, really bad food source, to be honest. Like, you can see, they pretty much only give me like 1 point of fullness every time I eat one. So you have to eat like dozens of them to actually get up to a reasonable level with your fullness. But they're a cheap source of food. I've got lots of them right now. I'll probably end up baking some of my spare potatoes that I got, like 48 potatoes in here that are kind of spares, because for the vegetable stew, when I eventually start making that as our main food source, I need equal numbers of corn, potatoes and mushrooms. So any potatoes and mushrooms I have over the corn I can just eat. Let's check on our trees and see if they've grown. 600 health now, which is what we harvested. We harvested them at that last time because it gives us 2 seeds. I'm actually going to see if I can put a point in salvage. Is it salvage? No, hang on. Which one gives me more wood back? Okay, trees. Harvest 20% more from trees. Mother lode's the one I want. So yeah, let's put a point in that. I might save that point that I've got for slow metabolism. Let's have a look here, because now we've got more fortitude. We can actually unlock that. That's awesome, dudes. Level 4 slow metabolism. Could have used that earlier, but it's definitely going to help now as well, so we don't use as much food. And we've only got 1 more level of slow metabolism to go to max it out. So we'll see if we can get some more wood off these, and then we'll obviously have, we should get four extra, we should get 4 seeds, 4 tree seeds from these 2 trees, which will double our trees going forward, so we can just keep multiplying these until we have a decent amount of trees for to generate wood with. Chop this down as well. I don't know if I'm gonna, I guess I'll just replant the extra trees in this area for now, but I might have to rethink where we're gonna have all of our other trees, because we're gonna end up with probably about, I don't know, a dozen trees or so, depending on how many I need to get a good quantity of wood going. I'm just going to dig this up so we get some more clay to create a little bit of extra forest ground to replant the other 2 trees in. So, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm going to put 1 tree out here on this I-beam. And we'll put another one here. I don't even know if I need to hoe the ground for trees, but just to be on the safe side, thought we would just, we might as well just hoe it just to be safe. You have to be super careful replanting trees, because if you chop down a tree and try to replant immediately after, like a few seconds after chopping it down, for some reason it rejects the seed. I think it thinks the tree is still there or something. It's a little bit of a bug, so you have to wait before replanting. So I thought I'd put a sleeping bag down here next to my workbench, even though we are playing Perma-Death in this challenge. It's obviously not going to be for respawns, but it's just going to stop the zombies spawning around that area a little bit more, probably. I probably don't need to do that because that area should be covered by the land claim block anyway. But yeah, day 16, so it's a new day. It's a new trip down the stairwell to clear the zombies from the building here. Let's just check the floors as normal, see if there's any zombs around for us to smack in the head with our fresh level 5 reinforced club with the fancy red paint job. No zombies here so far. So far, so good. Let's have a look down here. So I have been finding that... Let's just have a look. I might need some more frames, actually. I have been finding that the zombies seem to be respawning in the afternoons more than the mornings, but there's not really anything for me to do in the morning after I've checked the garden, except to go through and try and find zombies to clear. I feel a little bit like that dude in The Walking Dead who's like, clearing zombies, you know? That's his role in life. He's got to clear the area. Who was that guy? You remember that guy? What was his name? He went kind of crazy in the end. Well, he was sort of crazy already, and then he came sort of okay, and then he went crazy again. You guys know the one I mean if you've watched The Walking Dead. I think his son died or whatever, like right towards the start of the series. I wonder if there's any zombies down here. Could probably let's go back round. But yeah, The Walking Dead, like that show, it started off pretty good. Like, to be honest, like, it was really, really good in the first half of the first season. And I know it's like on season 10 or whatever it is now. I haven't been following it too closely lately. But after that, it really went downhill. They had a lot of different writers on that show. But yeah, they really went downhill super fast for like most of the rest of the seasons. I know a lot of people still watch it religiously, but it just got to the point where I'm like, oh my god, this is just so bad. I can't watch this anymore. And there was the spin-off series as well. Fear the Walking Dead, and that started off pretty awesome because I was really interested in the story. Let's just make sure there's no zombies here. I was really interested in the storyline of what led up to the outbreak and like the early days of the outbreak where people still didn't know what was happening or that there was a threat. But they only did like 1 or 2 episodes on that, and then they're just like The Walking Dead all over again in a different setting with different people. And that was even worse than The Walking Dead after a while, so I just stopped watching that as well. But I don't know, it's a little bit off. It takes itself a little bit too seriously. Like, they needed to lighten it up a little bit. No zombies at all here. It's pretty quiet on this level. You do get the other shows as well, like Z Nation. I don't know how many of you guys have heard of that one, but that one's gone the other complete direction with zombies, zombie storylines, and like it's complete comedy, wacky, out there type show. I think it's made by the people that made the Sharknado movies. So yeah, that gives you an idea. The level of the comedy. These zombies in here, there were a few here yesterday. Looks like they've all vacated the area. Maybe down in Cuso. have a look down here. It's pretty quiet today, to be honest. Kind of need some more zombies to get XP. None in there. Maybe the sleeping bag is like super OP for stopping zombie spawns. Nothing in the bitch room. None in the change rooms. I should get rid of this little bit of debris. Get rid of that so we don't give ourselves away stealthing. Grab a little bit of water while I'm here. Any out here? No vultures even. Sometimes the vultures seem to spawn separately to the rest of the zombies. Ouch. Just pricked myself with the barbed wire there. A little bit. What about on level 5 here? There were zombies here yesterday. Nothing. I doubt there's any more zombies back here. If they're not in that first area, usually they're not back here either. But yeah, doesn't look like it. Let's just get rid of that. Is that? Oh no, that's a trash pile. I want to keep all of those. Even though they're just trash, you can get seeds and stuff out of the loot piles. And there's still a few seeds that I want to get. Can't see any zombies there. The main seeds that I want to get at this point, we've got all of the most important ones, but aloe seeds are the big one, because if we can get aloe seeds, we can actually craft the first aid bandages that give us health back. And that would be a big bonus for our chances of survival going forwards. Like, food does give you a certain amount of health based on the type of food that it is, but it's not as much, I don't think, as you would get from the first aid bandages. Plus, you have to have bandages to stop bleeding anyway. Let's just have a look down here again. It looks pretty quiet. I don't know if there's any zombies out there. What's going on here with the zombies? They all gone on a holiday or something? Nothing, no zombies. Very, very, very quiet. Man, how lonely would it get in a zombie apocalypse in this scenario where you're the only one left alive? Your giant, abandoned, ruined building. I could get some stone out of this, I guess. It's really weird that there's big... I guess this is supposed to be the collapsed floor or something right here. But I think this is like one of the ways you can parkour to the rooftop as well without going through the stairwell like we did. The brute force way. Yeah, you can actually get to the rooftop without breaking any of those steel grates that we did by parkouring up. You have to follow the lamps. They're like little breadcrumbs to tell you which way to go to parkour your way up to the top. But because we're going to be in the building long term, I figured, on day 2 when we did it, that we would just bust our way up through the stairwell and get the stairwell opened up instead of trying to parkour and possibly fall to our deaths because of how bad I am at parkour. I don't see any zombies here in the lobbies areas either. Sometimes they sleep in these corners. Let's just chop this off. I've got rid of most of the little trash debris like this from a lot of these floors, but there's still 1 or 2 that I'm coming across. You guys probably thought I was mental. Wasted time chopping those up, but it definitely makes it so you can move around more stealthily. For those times when you don't want to attract zombies, right now I do want to attract zombies. Have we got any zombies left in this game? I can hear a zombie outside. Maybe we can get it to come in and attack. Come in through the doors. See if I can get its attention over here. Smashing on this. Come on, zombie. Sometimes if you jump as well, it makes a surprisingly amount of noise from a zombie's perspective compared to bashing on stuff. I don't know if I should break these doors off. I guess it's not going to matter because I'm leaving them open anyway, right? So I might as well get that little bit of scrap metal off these. Gives us something to do as well while we're waiting for the zombies to come over. I can hear it. I can hear it approaching somewhere out there. I mean, you don't get hardly any scrap iron off these things, but have a little bit of helps, I guess. The other door's already gone, but this so this is our last one. But yeah, I basically leave the doors open all the time anyway. Even if you did close them, they wouldn't really slow the zombies down that much. But we want the zombies to funnel in through the doors instead of smashing the sides of the building in. On Horde nights, anyway. Well, I thought the zombie was going to come over, but... where is it? I can hear it somewhere. Where are you, zombie? Oh, we've got a supply drop, guys. Oh, that is super close. Or it seemed to be super close. I don't think it flew over the top of the building though. Yeah, it's over there somewhere. There it is in the distance. Dauntingly far away. We could never get to it. Could have had some precious stuff in it. Most likely it was canned food. They seem to have nerfed down the supply drops a lot for this current, or this Alpha 17. You mostly got canned food. But canned food would have kind of been helpful for me in this scenario. Definitely a zombie out there somewhere. See if we can get its attention. Even a wandering horde would be welcome at this point. Oh, there it is. Okay. We got a Steve incoming. Come on, Steve. Pricked myself again on that barbed wire. He'll get here eventually. Let's just remove these spikes. We'll put the spikes back for our horde night, but might as well just remove them from the doorway for now. He's taking his sweet time though. He's not one to rush. This old Steve. It's just like, I'll go over there and eat his brains eventually. Barbed wire. It's 15 iron to make a barbed wire. Where'd he go? He was just here a second ago. There he is. Welcome, Steve. You're the only zombie in Dishong Tower right now. Have a bat in the face for your troubles. His neck went all wonky there at the end. Thought I heard another zombie as well, actually. Yeah. Maybe they're starting to respawn, I don't know. Where's this one at? Oh, he's crawling around out there. He's right on the other side of the building, so it's going to take him a while to get over here. Might as well harvest some stone and sand while I'm waiting. This destroyed stone is actually quite a good resource. I can hear him somewhere. It's gonna take a while for it to get through the front doors though. Yeah, I think he's coming now. This zombie over here. This is not the crawler though. This is like a walker. I think it's a bow. Zombie bow. The beefy dude. No ferals. Probably would have been better if they were ferals. They would have got here quicker. Spend all my time waiting on these zombies. Come on, zombie. Okay, he's coming. He's coming through now. Somewhere. Just eat a few more of these blueberries. I need to get my fullness up over 100 again to get my stamina reserves back up. Oh wait, this isn't Zombie Bo. This is, I don't know who this guy is. He's got overalls on. Maybe he's like some farmer zombie. Farming in the desert. Probably not the best move, but unless he farms cactuses or something. Cacti being the correct plural. But yeah. Are we going to get any more zombies here? This is the question. I don't know what happened to that crawler. But yeah, this is my life right now. This is what we're reduced to is begging the zombies outside the building to come inside so we've got something to kill for XP. But pretty much, they're pretty much not spawning today in Dishong Tower at all. So I guess that means we've conquered Dishong Tower. I am officially the king of Dishong Tower. It is completely cleared and safe from this point onwards, maybe. I mean, it would be really good if you were playing a regular survival game and you could, like, secure an entire massive building like this as a base. But, we'll have to wait and see if this is gonna be the case going forwards. I might have to even disable the sleeping bag and or land claim block to see if we get a lot more zombies spawning in. But the trouble is, there we go. Yeah, there's our crawler. Okay. The trouble is, I don't want them respawning on the roof around my base area, which I suspect could happen because of the type of spawns that are up there. They're the really advanced zombie types that would spawn, like, and probably spawn like right where my very valuable workbenches and stuff are that I would have a hard time replacing if they got destroyed. Apart from the fact that I could die, of course, as well. So I still want to keep that area around my rooftop base clear of zombie respawns. So it's a bit of a quandary. We'll wait and see what happens. This could just be a one-off day where there's no zombie spawns inside the building. But in a way, it feels pretty good to have completely conquered Dishong Tower at this point. And our food situation is looking like it's going to be pretty comfortable once we get our garden fully completed to where we've got self-sustaining amounts of food happening. Just waiting on this crawler. It's going to get here eventually. I've just got like a vendetta now against this crawler. We can't let it escape and wander off into the sunset today. Not when we've gone the whole day and only killed 2 zombies. We've got to get the trifecta here. There we go. And it would have been nice if he dropped a loot bag for my efforts and patience there, but, you know, life's not always fair. What can I say? Let's head back up to the rooftop. And we got some stuff to check on up there. So I'm just going to go through and check the rest of the building just to see if there's any zombie respawn since we came through the first time this morning. Okay, just here like checking on the garden. I thought I would get rid of this super annoying metal thing here because it stops me placing any crops down on if I put like forest ground on this last block against the wall. So I need to actually destroy this to be able to plant crops. along this last row. And it's been kind of annoying me, but this thing has 1,000 health, so it's taken a while to chop through with a stone axe. The rest of the building, there was absolutely no zombies. I checked every floor on the way back up, by the way. So yeah, that is a thing. There's no zombies at all inside the building today here on day 16, which is pretty crazy. Whoops. Let's just chop this. I'm just gonna fill in this final row here. And we'll be able to plant this just for the sake of like neatness. It annoys me that I haven't been able to plant this last row here against the building. So this will be good to get this set up here as well. Put down the forest ground there. I need one more. Let's just get some more clay by digging this back up. It's really good how you get more clay back than you actually use to create the forest ground. It probably shouldn't work that way, but I'm glad that it does. Otherwise, I think you can get clay from mining the tabletops in the diner, like in Cuso and wherever they're found throughout the building. I think they will give you clay for some reason. I don't know how that works. But, because you'd think that would be like plastic or metal, not metal maybe, but wood or something like that. I don't know many tables that are made of clay in real life. You know, maybe a mug or something or a bowl could be clay. But who makes a tabletop out of clay? It's really weird. But yeah, that's game logic for you. All right, let's get these hoed. And then we'll plant some crops here as well. Okay, guys, we're getting a really good crop of plants here now. We've got quite a few corn compared to what we had before. I'm just checking to see if any of these are ready to harvest again. And we also have some more shrooms to put down. Well, guys, that is where we'll leave this episode for today. This side of the garden, by the way, is shaping up nicely as well with our blueberries that we've been munching on all day. But yeah, we are going to leave the episode here for today and come back on day 17. Hopefully, we get more zombies respawning. If we don't, we might have to rethink our setup with the land claim block and so forth. But I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.